What's up, gamers? This is Adam with Grew Up Gaming. How you doing, guys and gals? I wanted to get a video out today because there's been an explosion of information over the past week on the Xbox Series S. We got pricing on the X, the S, pre-order dates, release dates, and Sony notified us yesterday that they're going to be doing an event this Wednesday, and I wanted to talk about what I think is the biggest thing that really came out of this past week is the value that Microsoft is throwing down this generation, the kind of gauntlet that they're throwing out there with the value proposition, and not only with the sneaky powerful specs of the Series S and obviously the beast that Series X is, but what you're getting in addition to the box, forms of payment, things like that. Things are really, really exciting right now. And I think there's really spelling some trouble for Sony. And I'm not saying that Xbox is going to outsell Sony out the gate or anything like that, but I think the wheels that are being set in motion by Microsoft are really pushing towards Sony having to make changes to their culture and how they sort of bring in their game development, how they sell their product, and the way they really do their launches and things like that. And I think it's getting really exciting. I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm really down for Sony's product. Love the single player experiences. Their exclusives are amazing. But I'm really digging what Microsoft is doing and kind of how they're structuring what they want their ecosystem to be moving forward and how they want it to be gamer centric. So let's get into it. All right, gamers, so let's get right into it. First, I really want to thank everybody for the likes and subs lately. It really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. So if we get into things here, first off, there's been a lot of speculation and talk this week about how the Series S kind of falls short, or maybe it really isn't living up to the hype, or there's some Microsoft's trying to pull the shade over people, which really isn't true. So you do have a 512 gigabyte SSD, which, yes, not a lot of space, but also there's going to be options to apply extra storage. And this is really just something that Microsoft decided to do to keep that price at $299, which is an insane value. And, packaged with the Game Pass Ultimate, if you go for the Xbox All Access program at $24.99, no interest, I mean, you really can't beat it. You're saving $60. And if you bought the console at $299 and then signed up for Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, you'd be spending more if you bought them separately. But that SSD is not really going to cause any issues because really, I mean, look at it now. The amount of information and shaders and rendering duplicates that the developers have said is happening currently, and why the size files for these games is ballooned out is for a lot of different reasons. And I think the overall storage issues and file sizes are going to be a little better this next generation. Will you have to delete a few games here and there and kind of keep your favorite 2 or 3 at a time? Probably. But at the $299 price, I don't see that being a huge deal. And the console itself is targeting 1080p up to 1440p, 120 hertz resolution frame rate. Also with 4K, upscaling, which is amazing. Everybody was like, well, the Series X is really the box here. Series S falls short in a lot of different places. It doesn't, though. It also has the RDNA 2 structure with ray tracing that the Series X has. It has the same CPU as the Series X. Yes, you're looking at 10 gigs of RAM versus the 16 gigs, but that's not going to matter as much because of the variable resolution scaling and the velocity architecture that the Xbox has really put together. And it's honestly like the way that the new sampler feedback streaming is offered in both consoles, which I think is really the secret sauce. It only renders objects that are needed for the image at that time in the current scene. So that requires less memory, less load on the CPU, less load on the GPU, and combined with the custom SSD, it really shines. The architecture that Microsoft's put together is really targeted for developers to make the most out of what's inside the boxes and really kind of punch performance where they see fit and make the most out of the systems themselves. And I think that Microsoft is in line with a company that focuses on putting together, software through their Windows system, but they've also made big strides, with their hardware here. And look at the Xbox One X. Right now, currently, it's the most powerful console offered. And really, where Microsoft's been lacking has just been in the game department. But with the Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate offering, at launch, you're going to have tons of games to play. And you're going to have also Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ubisoft just came out and said it's going to be available at launch. They took that 30 FPS and they pumped it up to 60 for the Xbox Series S and Series X. I'm sure it'll be the same on PS5. But, the Series S is a little powerhouse. It's the smallest Xbox. It's essentially Microsoft's Game Pass box. This is what they want everybody to get in their home at a low price. It's the same price as a Nintendo Switch. Sign up for Game Pass and just rock out with a huge library of amazing games. And Microsoft also added EA Play as a partner this week, which is amazing. You're getting all these EA games. I'm not a huge sports gamer, but that's not what EA just is about. A lot of people were like, who cares about FIFA and Madden? But EA has so many other IPs that are looking to shine. Anthem's being rebuilt into Anthem 2.0. You have access to, the past trilogies like the Mass Effect trilogy. You got Dead Space. You have so many other things there. You have Battlefield. I'm sure there's going to be a new Battlefield coming out within the next year or two. The value proposition is amazing. Microsoft's killing it. It's a little insane. I think that Sony probably planned on an announcement earlier than this upcoming Wednesday, but now with the $299 and $499 price model, mixed in with the zero interest offerings Microsoft has at the $24.99 and $34.99 for the machines, I think they were like, whoa, let's call a meeting. We need to adjust our pricing. And I think what would be best for gamers and what would be amazing is if Sony came out this week and said, hey, $399 for the all digital and $450, $499 for the ROM drive version of the PS5. Imagine how cool it would be. Snag yourself a Series S for $299 and get yourself a $399 all digital PS5. That's sick. That's amazing. But Microsoft doesn't even care. They're like, with Game Pass Ultimate, use your PC to play our games. But I think the value that Microsoft's pushing out there, and I know I keep saying that, is exciting. And it's really kind of forcing the hand of Sony to make some changes too, that I think in general are good for gamers. And, we're going to see Sony be pushed by Microsoft as well with this back compat. I mean, the fact that you can get a Series S or Series X, load up your library, play your backwards compatible games, play the new games coming out, with higher frame rates, better textures. I mean, it's crazy. And, let's do, one final breakdown of what the Series S offers, what's in the box. And let's get excited because things are finally shaping out. The world's a gloomy place at the moment. Some people are in rough times, but Microsoft's offering you a lot of different ways to get these boxes in your home at a pretty valuable price. And this holiday is going to be amazing, exciting, and let's just hope we can get our hands on some of these pre-orders because that's the one thing I am concerned about with Sony and Microsoft. But let's do one final breakdown. All right, gamers. So if we look at this, let's break it down one more time. For $299, you're getting a 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD. Solid experience there. SSDs are killer. I can speak from experience, on the PC gaming side, SSDs make a huge difference. They're going to play into everything this generation. I think that's one of the big temples of this next generation for Sony and Microsoft and how the gaming experience is going to really improve. 1440p also available for 4K upscaling with some games. 1440p is killer. I game at that currently. I have a 1440p monitor. I use it for my consoles and PC. I have a 1080p for the PlayStation because it doesn't support the 1440p, but I'm really thinking PS5 is going to have that support as well. Not confirmed. Ray tracing and RDNA 2. RDNA 2 has been a subject where Sony's kind of wavered a little bit. They've confirmed some of the RDNA 2, but not the full RDNA 2 structure. Maybe we'll get some more information on that coming up. But ray tracing and RDNA 2, that's next gen stuff. The Series S is more than capable. Same CPU as the Series X, which is, I think, really what kind of brings this all together. If it was underpowered in that area, I don't think Microsoft would be achieving the things they are with the Series S. Velocity architecture, as I already said, it's going to get you that really quick load times, responses, switch between games really quickly. Really helps with the rendering and stuff like that. One thing I didn't touch on before, Dolby Sound and Dolby Vision, exclusive to Microsoft. This is really going to bring out those bright colors and imagery and stuff. And I think it might be a huge thing for Microsoft and a big get. We'll see if Sony adapts any of this technology. But from what I've seen, I might do a video on it this upcoming week. It's solid stuff. 120 FPS target. You're not going to hit that in all games. But it has the ability to hit that. There is gameplay out there that the Microsoft has shown of Gears 5 at 120 FPS, and you may be saying, well, that's a last gen game. It doesn't matter. That's a really graphically intense game, whether it's next gen or last gen or what have you. And the value for this for $299 is just insane. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you're all having a killer weekend, and I'll see you soon. Peace.